Yeah, last class we discussed about the electrical properties. So electrical properties under coming on dielectric laws. So come to the figure here. When a dielectric metal is subject to an AC voltage, the leakage current I does not lead the applied voltage E by exactly 90 degree as shown in vector diagram. The phase angle is phi always less than the 90 degree and the dielectric loss can be calculated as follows. Okay, so here what happened, uh, we know that this is the figure. Okay, so E is in phase with IP and I is the phasor diagram. So I in between I to IC the angle is del and in between E to I the angle is phi. So phi plus del is equal to 90 degree but not exactly 90 degree. It is considered as a less than 90 degrees. Okay, so we can consider that here P is equal to EI cos phi. Okay, so we know that it is the formula of active power. So active power generally P is equal to VI cos phi. The power which transfer from generating station to load station, that is called as the active power, we can escape. That is P is equal to VI cos phi. So here we can consider it as a P is equal to EI cos phi. See here P is equal to E. Instead of I, here I write IC by cos del. So cos del means IC by I. So cos del means IC by I according to the phasor diagram. So here in case of I, here IC by cos del and cos phi, because we know that the phi plus del is equal to 90 degree. So what is the phi? Phi means 90 minus del. Okay, so P is equal to E IC cos del cos 90 minus del. So EIC cos del, cos 90 minus del, that is sin del. Okay, so EIC by cos del divided by cos del into sin del. So what is the, there is a formula from sin del by cos del, that is called as tan del. So we can write here EIC tan del. Okay, so what is this IC exactly? This is the capacitive current. So capacitive current means supply voltage is your E and it is a capacitive reactance is XC. So E by XC is nothing but your IC. So here instead of IC, here E by XC tendon. So what is this E into E? So it is E square XC by tendon. We can write here. Here point to be remembered is that phi is the 90 minus del and I is the IC by cos del. So here in the XC, we know that XC is equal to 1 by omega C. So what is this XC capacitive reactance? That is 1 by omega C, that is 1 by 2 pi FC. So if you put here XC 1 by 2 pi FC, you will get P is the, what is the power? P is the is equal to power dielectric loss is E square 2 pi FC tendons. Here directly P directly proportional to your F and P directly proportional to your E square and P directly proportional to your tendon. Okay. So dielectric materials also have some heating. Okay, dielectric heating means we can heat dielectric material, like that is called as dielectric heating. So heating becomes faster, increase in frequency, and dielectric metal itself result in uniform heating. It is the only method of heating bad conductors if heat. Heating is faster in the method of heating. Since no necked flame appears in the process, inflammable article like plastic and wooden product etc. can be heated safely. Okay, that's why we can heat safely like wooden products and plastic etc. Okay, heating can be stopped immediately as and when desired. Okay, that's the point of advantages of electrical heating. Then comes to disadvantages of dielectric heating. So this advantages of dielectric heating is that high installation cost. So prefer where other methods are not possible. What is the application of dielectric heating? Application of dielectric heating is food processing, wood processing, drying purpose in textile industry, electronic swing, dehydration of food, galvanized rubber, drying of explosives, heating of tissue and bones of body required to treatment of certain type of pain and disease. Okay, and removal of moisture from oil. So these are the dielectric heating. Okay, so next another properties come in insulated metal, that is visual properties. Okay, So an insulating material possesses two opposite properties, that is transparency and another is thermal insulation is suitable in case of reduction of energy consumption for heating a air conditioning and electrical energy segment. This is known as visual property. Study of appearance, color and crystal structure are the measure of these properties. That means we can measure here what is the color, what is the appearance and crystalline structure of the your dielectric materials or insulating material, etc. We can measure by visual properties. Okay, clear? So next come to another property that is called the mechanical properties, and it is very good. What is this mechanical properties? So mechanical properties such as tensile strength, impact strength, flow hardness, elongation, flexibility, mechanical strength, observation, abrasion, resistance, etc. are to be considered choosing insulating material. So what is this mechanical strength actually? The mechanical strength means the insulating material should possess a sufficient mechanical strength to respond mechanical stress. Mechanical strength affected by following factors. Okay, what are the factors affected? That is temperature rise. It badly affected the mechanical strength of the insulating material. Humidity, it is a climatic effect which affects the mechanical strength. Porosity is an insulating material of high porosity will absorb more moisture and thereby affected with the electrical properties as well as mechanical strength. Thermal properties. What is the thermal properties? So we can consider the thermal property. Thermal stability is there, melting point is there, another class point is there, thermal conductivity is there. There are the four uh, uh, points should be considered in case of thermal properties. So following thermal properties are considered for selection of insulating material of a different application. Thermal stability, the insulating material must be stable. No change in physical state within a allowance of temperature. Certain metal like wax, plastic get soft moderate temperature. So the mechanical properties of a material is affected. Hence, the operating temperature of the material is noted to be before the use. Okay. And melting point means the insulating material should have a melting point, temperature bearing capacity without a bearing melt above the operating temperature. Every insulating material have their specific melting point. Okay. After that, it will be melt. Okay, this is the melting point. And flash point, another important, it is only it is in oil insulated transformer. This is the important property of insulating oil used in transformer. Flash point of a liquid insulator is the temperature at which liquid beings ignite. That is the flash point. Thermal conductivity, in a electrical appearance, heat is generated during the operation which should be transferred into a atmosphere to maintain the operating temperature within the limit. Hence the insulator should have a very low thermal conductivity. The thermal conductivity, you should know about that. Thermal expansion is the rapid and repeated load cycle of electrical appearance cause a corresponding expansion of contraction of insulator. In results, words that creates affect the breakdown of a phenomena. Thus, two insulating metal differ coefficient thermal expansion should be wisely selected. This is selected by wisely. Okay, heat resistance. The insulating material used must be able to withstand the heat produced due to the operation and remains stable during the operation. At the same time, it's not damage the other desired properties. Chemical properties. We know that chemical properties, it is the ability of insulating material fight against the corrosion in the presence of a gaseous, water, acid, alkali. For material which are subjected to a voltage, high chemical resistance is also necessary. So chemical properties coming under hygroscopic is there, moisture permeability is there, and that is called as the chemical properties. And another one is here. Chemical resistance is the ability of insulating material to fight against the corrosion in the presence of glass, gaseous or water, acid, etc. That is called the chemical resistance subject to a high voltage. Another hygroscopy, the insulating material are hygroscopic. Sometimes insulation come in direct contact with water. The porous of the material is hygroscopic, then the dense ones. Okay. A small amount of moisture absorbed by insulating material affected to the electrical properties drastically. That is the point of hygroscopy. Moisture permeability means the tendency of a insulating material to pass a moisture through them is known as a moisture permeability, and moisture can be penetrate through a very small pores as the size of a water molecule is very small. So this property is a vital for selecting a coating and protective coating and cable stitch, etc. Aging is nothing but we have if a insulating material is used more than 40 to 50 years, then it should be damaged. Okay, so that means suppose life of an underground cable is 40 to 50 years. If you use more than the life period of the cable, then it gets shorted. It will damage the other device also. That is called as the aging of an insulating properties. So aging properties are also required for insulating material. Any questions? Thank you.